Hey guys, it's Sam, and welcome to episode 4 of Lore Corner. You might be like, Lore Corner? Lore what? So I'm going to start off by explaining what it is. I know a hell of a lot about Warcraft Lore, too much if you ask me. I play on a roleplay server, and some people just seem to be really dopey. It's not that many people, but when you see some Scarlets marrying Night Elves, you kinda want to punch them. So, this is my attempt to improve things a little. I'm going to share my knowledge of Warcraft Lore, and hopefully improve other people's knowledge too. Hopefully I'll improve other people's role-playing skills, and maybe even get people interested in the game due to its story. Last episode, we spoke about the invasion of Draenor and how Ner'zhul came back to power. If you missed it, you might want to check it out, though episodes 1 and 2 are a bit more important, so if you don't know about the first and second war, you might want to check those out too. If you're too lazy to check my channel, I'll leave annotations for you, don't worry. Now, I've got it planned out for who I'm going to cover in the next 2 or 3 episodes. This episode, I'm going to cover Thrall, while the next episode covers Ner'zhul and his fate. This is going along with the bit of the Lich King as well. After that, I'm probably going to go on to the story of Arthas, or I'm going to start on the third war, and then do the story of Arthas afterwards. Depends how it fits really. So, without further delay, let's get into this episode. As I said back in episode 1, I missed out an important part of Thrall's story, so I'll start from there. Thrall was born during the First War, and he was the son of Gul'dan, the chieftain of the Frostwolf clan at the time. While his mother and father was travelling, they were ambushed. His mother and father were killed by attackers, and the attackers left Thrall for dead. He was found shortly after by Blackmaw. Blackmaw was to be the future commander of the internment camps. These camps were introduced at the end of the Second War, as I've said before. They were to be used to contain the remaining Orcs in Azeroth. Anyway, let's not stray away from Thrall's story. Blackmaw took Thrall back to his keep, called Horde. I think I've mentioned Horde before, possibly in the last episode, because I don't imagine mentioning it before. There was where Thrall was raised. Blackmaw attempted to shape him into a great warrior, teaching him military tactics and loads of other fighting tactics as well. Blackmaw used this. He had his own ring where the other lords of the land would put their champions against Thrall, and time after time, Thrall would win, giving Blackmaw a lot of money. Thrall beat whatever was thrown at him, and this caught the attention of Prince Arthas. Arthas came to watch one of the fights, concerned that one day Thrall might even escape. Obviously, he was right. While growing up, Thrall was nursed by a certain human. He met her daughter, and they became very close by writing to each other. Eventually, Thrall became tired of being used by Blackmaw and asked her to help him escape. She agreed to help. She created a distraction by setting a fire at Horde. It grew out of control, giving Thrall the perfect chance to escape, which he did. He travelled near Tyron Mill to get assistance from the person who he was friends with. She gave him some supplies, and then he was on his way. Not that long after, Thrall was captured once again by a different camp. While he was there, he met an orc who told him of the old shamanistic ways of the Horde. Thrall was inspired and asked how he could rebuild this Horde. The orc told him to find Grom Hellscream, as he believed he was the only one who could help him at this time. Not that long after, Blackmaw arrived, looking for Thrall to take him back. Thrall quickly escaped again, now seeking out Grom Hellscream in an attempt to rebuild the Horde. Eventually, Thrall found Grom, but Grom wanted him to prove himself. So Thrall did. Grom accepted him and taught him his old native language of Orcish. Thrall showed Grom something that he had with him from when he was a baby. Grom could tell that this was something of the Frostwolf clan, so he told Thrall of the Frostwolf clan and how he could find them. Still wanting to rebuild the Horde, Thrall set out to find his old clan. Thrall had travelled far and eventually passed out due to exhaustion. Fortunately for him, there were some Frostwolves nearby who rescued him, and they took him back to their camp. There he met drek'thar, who told him that Thrall was meant to be the leader of the clan. Thrall was shocked and tried to find his place amongst the Frostwolves. He managed to do so, and attempted to teach him the old ways of the shaman. Shockingly, Thrall managed to befriend the spirits and became a shaman. He was now a true orc, embracing the shamanistic ways. This is the first time a shaman had been accepted by the spirits since Gul'dan's corruption. This shows that Thrall was extremely powerful. Soon after this milestone, the camp was visited by a stranger. Thrall was kind to him initially, but eventually was enraged when the stranger said that the humans weren't worth fighting. Thrall challenged him and beat him. After the fight, the stranger revealed himself to be Oghren Doomhammer, the warchief of the Horde. Doomhammer had heard of Thrall and wanted to see if he was truly worthy. He had set up a test for Thrall and that test was to see if Thrall would honestly challenge him. Thrall had, so he passed it. This meant that Ogrim gladly accepted Thrall as well. So, to recap quickly, Thrall's parents were killed and they were found by Blackmoor. Blackmoor trained him to be smart and a good fighter, which was successful. Thrall escaped and learned of the old Horde. He found his father's clan and became a shaman. Eventually Doomhammer came and accepted Thrall as well. Anyway, continuing with the story. Doomhammer told Thrall they were going to rebuild the Horde, and they were going to free the remaining Orcs from the internment camps. Thrall would sneak into the camps and then rally the Orcs with his shamanistic powers, showing that the elements had forgiven them, and that they were once again ready to fight. This worked, but eventually the Alliance realised what they were doing. Thrall was recognised and they could no longer go along with that plan. They used their numbers to attack the remaining camps. Eventually, Doomhammer was killed. With his death, Thrall became the new leader of the Horde. Thrall's first orders were to attack Draenor. They marched there and eventually arrived, to be confronted by Blackmoor. He ordered Blackmoor to surrender, which he didn't. Earlier, the woman who helped Thrall escape, if you remember her, well, she got with Blackmoor as a mistress. Blackmoor somehow learnt of her treachery from previous years, so he tossed her severed head at Thrall. He shouted something about traitors, because he was drunk. This enraged Thrall, making him cry the order to attack. Thrall went after Blackmoor and gave him a weapon to fight against him with. Eventually, Blackmoor was slain. Thrall turned to Blackmoor's second in command, and told him that the Orcs would happily live in peace with the Alliance. He also commanded that all remaining Orcs in internment camps were released. Unfortunately, the Alliance did not accept these terms, so they remained at war. So, to once again shorten it all into a sentence or two, Thrall's parents were killed, and he was found by Blackmoor. Blackmoor trained to be smart and a good fighter, which was successful. Thrall escaped and learned of the old Horde. He found his father's clan and became a shaman. Eventually, Doomhammer came and accepted Thrall. They liberated Orcs from camps, but doing so got Doomhammer killed. Thrall became the new leader and killed Blackmoor, destroying Draenor while he was at it. So, that's the end of that. There is more of Thrall's story to tell, but that will be revealed in a future episode. Because if I continued, that would go into the Third War. The Third War is going to be something I speak about in 3 or 4 episodes, as I said earlier. I'm not sure if I said that earlier, but anyway, you get what I mean. So, if you watched it all, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, but only if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it that much, leave a favourite. And if you want more, subscribe. There are other things on my channel as well, let's plays and etc. So give them a check, see if you like it. Thanks for watching, and take care.